Now, every good deed has a selfish motive, and this is something we learn during Tariq's ethics class. We set the theme for this episode. For example, was Cade really helping Drew out of love, or did he have a selfish motive behind it, which was to plant the seed about him having a new connect, just so he could get to the position he wanted to? A bit of both, I would say. Now, this is just one of many examples across episode 2, and Courtney Kemp's recent Q&A really got me thinking how selfless acts was such a deep theme throughout this second episode, and how we're seeing selfless acts being played out with every single one of Monet's kids. And it's every man for himself, and there's no such thing as a free favor. There's Kane, who proved in this episode he's out for himself. There's Diana, who's making moves of her own. Drew potentially exposing Monet's plan to Zeke on purpose, because we all know he doesn't want to be Zeke's bitch. And even coming away from the Tejadas, there was Rashad Tate and Tariq needing things from each other with Sweeney and Yaz. So as I said, there are so many obstacles for Monet, and we've only just touched the surface of her relationship with Mecca. So we're going to be running through each of these selfless acts and how it could impact Monet's exit strategy. But of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But let's start with Monet and how she's contributing towards her own downfall herself with a 3-year exit plan, which is flawed in so many different ways. Now she's forcing her kids to do something that they don't want to do, and what people naturally do when you force them to do something is resist, and they'll do the opposite, especially when they see the one person who's supposed to be their mentor and leader slipping, exactly like Monet is. And we've already seen Drew and Diana started to question Monet as well as Kane. Now she wants to protect their kids, but she's making all of these decisions for them without even giving them a say. So let's start with the first, which is Diana coming out from under Monet's thumb, because in season 1, they already started dropping these small hints that Diana isn't afraid to go behind Monet's back when she rang Lorenzo herself, because she wanted her dad to convince Monet to let her go college. So they did plant the seed very early on with what Diana's motives were. But Monet also did warn her it's her job to know what positions each of her kids play, not Lorenzo's, and we've seen how controlling she is over the way Diana dresses, wanting her to stay a virgin, her being around Tariq, and definitely not allowing her to go college. Diana wants to go to school and get her accounting MBA, and she used Zeke as a reason to do this, her showing this selfless act as if she wants to help Zeke, but really she wants to go college and play ball. But Monet shut this shit down straight away. She said she ain't ready, but Monet really is underestimating what Diana is capable of. She's already started to make moves of her own to get out from under Monet's thumb, and she's the only one who's realized that Kane was behind the powdered sugar, with a helping hand from Effie of course. Now in season 1, it would have been the other way around. It would have been Monet questioning Diana, but here's why Diana will become a lot more dangerous as the season goes on and as the series goes on as well, because she's someone who's growing into her own and will grow to learn the game and be very good at it as well. Because she's always constantly learning from the people around her, Monet, Tariq, and now Effie too. We talk about Tariq learning and having so many mentors in the game and taking things from different people such as Ghost, Tasha, Kanan, and Tommy. And the same could be said about Diana. She's been learning how to play men and be able to see these signs, which Monet taught her when she was doing it with Ramirez, making them fall in love with a version of themselves. She also warned Diana that Tariq ain't for him because he's his own man. A lover makes you weak, but a partner makes you strong, and this will definitely stick with her. So she's constantly learning, and now from Effie as well, because she was the one who opened her eyes about who had the most to gain from fucking up their product, and she knew it was Kane. But instead of telling Monet, what did she do? She used it to create her own opportunity and advantage. She told Tariq that Monet was pissed when she wasn't, and we're gonna see her cashing in on this favor from Tariq in episode 3. Now Diana's using Law 13 of the 48 Laws of Power, appealing for help but never to their mercy, because sometimes to achieve power you need the help of others, and Diana recognizes this. And this is why I think come later on in the season, Monet will realize that she was wrong about Diana. She is ready. But let's talk about Drew next. And we were all talking about how Drew slipped up and told Zeke about Tariq being behind course correct, but he didn't just stop there. He told him everything about Monet's plan for the kids, how she wanted all of them to follow Zeke, leaving the city. And the more you watch it and listen to Drew, did he slip? Or did he actually tell Zeke what he wanted to tell Zeke? Just like Diana making moves of her own, Drew could be very well making his own play. Drew knows he can't stop Monet's plan by convincing her, so is the best option to go to Zeke and tell him about her exit strategy and plant the seed in Zeke's mind, because I don't think it's what Zeke wants either. He said a Euro college ball will do him good. Now I do think him telling Zeke about Tariq and course correct was definitely a slip of the tongue. I do think he made a mistake there, but I don't think the rest of what he told Zeke was an accident, and this goes back to selfless acts. What does Drew have to gain by telling Zeke all this information? He has everything to gain, because he wants to live his life, and he definitely doesn't want to leave the city. So now that Zeke knows what Monet's plan is, could he even go behind Monet's back and give this agent a call and plan his future without Monet? So there's just another way of looking at this whole scenario which played out between Zeke and Drew, and how both Diana and Drew are using different ways to gain what they want. But now that Zeke does know about Tariq being behind course correct and him knowing more than he should, on top of being caught on camera and being taken away by the detective, this is another thorn in Monet's exit strategy. There is no way Zeke makes it to the NBA, in my opinion, and they're showing us a number of ways they can stop him from getting there. There's his relationship with Carrie, which could become public knowledge, there's the video recording, and there's Zeke potentially slipping up while he's being questioned. And ultimately, if he's given a choice between his basketball career and his family, what will he choose? That's the dilemma that Zeke has. So will he look out for himself and protect his self-interest? For example, by giving this agent a call. So let's see what Zeke does next to protect his future. But let's talk about Kane next, because this was all his plan. He orchestrated the powdered sugar that Brayden dropped off to Effie, because he had to find a way to get back in with the fam. Initially I thought Tariq could have had something to do with it, but Courtney Kemp confirmed that it was all Kane, and it all started with Kane doing a good deed for Drew, but also getting something in return. Again, it all ties in with selfless acts. He needed to get this message across to Monet that he has a new connect for the family and he can help them, but Monet's stubborn. And Lorenzo noticed this, that Kane's name wasn't on the card that was given to him for his anniversary, and that's because Monet's still pissed with him about killing Ramirez and going against the family. But Kane gave them no option but to lean on him, as technically the new distro. Kane showed his smarts and showed exactly what he was capable of by swapping the products that was kept in Brayden's garage. So he created an opportunity for Monet and the Tejadas with a new connect, but also because he gained something from this all too, which was working with Mecca. Now Diana's the only one who knows about what Kane's done, and this is why we're gonna see her questioning his real motives. And last but not least, there's Mecca. He's definitely touched Monet with the whole love songs, the signal that he left for her, which is a throwback to their childhood days, and I touched on how Mecca's weakness could be Monet, but I want to flip this, just like I did with Drew's breakdown earlier on in this video, and look at a different perspective. Does Mecca really want this relationship with Monet, or is he just playing her because he has a plan for the Tejadas beyond the family business? Now we know he's calculated, and someone who's definitely playing the game of chess. He knows what position he's got Kane playing by intimidating him with the move that he played with Guap, and it's not a coincidence he chose to work with Kane because he's the son to Monet and Lorenzo. So he's playing a very deep game of chess, and with Monet slipping this season, along with all the other issues that we've just gone through in this video in detail with Diana, Drew, Kane and Zeke, it will lead her to needing the help of Mecca more and more, which is what he wants. Because this is the trap he's setting for Monet. He's going to be 3 moves ahead of Monet and the Tejadas. At first he is anyway, because Monet knows having a lover makes you weak, who's Mecca, but having a partner makes you strong, who's Lorenzo. And this is why I ultimately think she'll come to the realization that Mecca's been playing her all along, but will it be too late when she does? I think so, and this is why I think will be ultimately her downfall. And that's a breakdown of selfless acts in relation to the Tejadas, and how Monet's exit strategy has way too many hidden flaws, with Diana wanting independence, Drew purposely telling Zeke about Monet's plan, Kane looking out for himself, and Mecca playing Monet as well. All of the people around Monet will have their own agendas and are clearly working selfishly for their own gain. So drop me all your thoughts down below in the comment section and let me know what you think. Will Monet manage to survive this? Drop all your thoughts down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.